Right, we're back on 67 Hail Hail. I'm Hamish Carton, David Walton here for Crunch Time.
Crunch time.
It's time we pick the team for Ibrox. We hinted at it yesterday. Lee Griffiths is going to be in it, so we can place him right in straight away. But we'll just pick the rest of the team. We'll do that in a wee minute, though. We'll have a wee chat about the game first.
Right, on you go.
What are you thinking about this? Because I wanted to touch, obviously, formation is going to be a big topic, as it was before the Copenhagen tie. We've played this 3-5-2 and loved it against, domestic. Well, we've used it domestically, basically. It's worked really well. There's been very few downsides of it. But against Copenhagen, Neil Lennon felt he wanted to go to a back four. There's maybe a suggestion or a feeling that he may do likewise again on Sunday. Where do you stand on it?
Well, in terms of the four, not for me. It has to be 3-5-2. Said in the past, it's how the formation we are playing our best football with. It's the formation we're playing our most dangerous football with. And to be quite honest, it's the formation teams are fearing us playing with. I'm sure when we're playing anyone in Scotland and they're seeing us line up with 4-2-3-1 or any other different sort of system that isn't 3-5-2, I think they're probably breathing a sigh of relief that they're only dealing with one striker. The obvious question marks is what happens at the back, and you take a body out of the back, out of the defence. I don't think it's shown enough negative elements, the 3-5-2 at the back, to warrant much panic. So yeah, that's what I'd go for at Ibrox. I'd give it a bash at least.
That's interesting. The thing I wanted to touch on was the fact that we've played this great football being an attacking team, and lots of folk are looking at the fact, A, Rangers are crap, which they are. We've shown that over the last month or so or longer. B, we are pretty good domestically. We've shown that with our consistency. And, we've got to go for these games and take them on at our own game and, set our stall out and be the attacking force like we've maybe not done in the last two games. We've maybe let them come on to us. But then equally, there's the other school of thought that looks at the last time we went to Ibrox and we were pretty conservative. I'm steering away from the word defensive because we weren't defensive, but we were conservative. We defended first and foremost, and our two goals both came in counter-attacks. So does Lennon have that in his mind and think, we can play the same way? Rangers will have to come on to us because they need to win the game and leave gaps at the back. And also, let me just add in, Gary McAllister yesterday talking about the Rangers support being a massive thing for them. That could quite easily turn. See the way they're playing their support. If it's 0-0 or even 0-1 after half an hour, their support's turning on them.
We talk about, obviously, the last time at Ibrox, and it was conservative, and it was, I won't be scared to use the phrase, it was defensive after we got the opener. I think we were looking to sort of hit on the break with a sort of defensive setup.
It's a brilliant plan. It worked to perfection.
It did. For me, though, it all depends how you view Rangers. Are you viewing them as a sort of wounded animal that will come out the traps and cause you real problems? Or are you viewing them as a team in crisis and a side where we can really get at? Now, if Lennon's viewing them as the former, he might do the same again. I just think
it's a bit of both for me.
For me, I'm with you, but I do think they're in a place where you have to try and take advantage of that nervousness. I'd love to see Celtic come right onto them from the start and see how they react, given their recent results. None of this giving them a couple of early corners to get used to the game and get the fans rolling.
That's what we want to really avoid. If you think back to, see when Brendan Rodgers' teams went there, and you think back to the 5-1 win, we're 2-0 up inside 10 minutes or something like that. The 2-0 one we won the following season, we started amazing. We had 3 or 4 chances in the first 5 minutes. Those are the kind of games when they're struggling that you really want to, set your stall out and take them on.
I mean the 2-0 win. Mind in 2017, I think it was Caixinha's.
I was at that game.
Rogic
had the shot.
Had the shot after about 20 seconds.
15
and
seconds,
my God, didn't it set the tone for kind of how the afternoon went?
It set the tone on the pitch and it set the tone in the stands. And I think you could even argue the last game, remember the infamous Edouard kickoff, kicks the ball out into the corner for the Rangers throw-in. I'm not saying for 1 second do that again, but it's that intent that we started the game with.
We produced a turnover after that throw-in and we were in a dangerous area. And I do think there's a small element. I don't think it's a big positive. I think there's something to take from that. So I'd go with the 3-5-2 and get in their face early on. See if we can get some early combination play with Griffiths and Edouard going. Maybe create a wee chance. But for me, they have their threats, Rangers. They have some decent players. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. They did show it during the first half of the season. They showed it at Parkhead. But we have to be confident in what we've got. We really have. We're top of the league, for Christ's sake. We're top of the league with 13 points. So yeah, by all means, 3-5-2 for me.
They've got good players on their day who are very good and they've proven. Ryan Kent, I don't rate Ryan Kent, but on his day he's proven against us he can be a decent player in Europe. They've proven it. They've got a few players like that they've proven on their day they can be really good, and that's the one thing that's given me a little bit of worry for this game as they turn up. Anyway, we'll get into the team because we're going to waffle all day. So obviously Forster's going to start in nets. You go my back three?
Of course.
Who's your back three then?
Right, Beaton, Julian and Aya.
I'm the exact same.
Now, if El Hamed had been back fit and was maybe had a couple more games under his belt, I think he's ready-made for that right-sided centre-back.
You can't throw him in.
Not for me, aye.
And we're fine with Beaton. Beaton's played quite well.
I feel he deserves it. I mean, I talk about Griffiths deserving a place. Beaton's done the equivalent at the back for me.
Played well at Ibrox last time as well.
Tell you what, he was stunning at Ibrox. Aye, so spot on. Deserves his place.
Right, wing backs.
Right. I mean, for me, this kind of picks itself.
I've got two options, and I'll tell you.
And I can tell they're going to be controversial then because of the way you've set it up. I've went with Forrest and Taylor, but you've no went for that, have you?
Gone with Forrest and El Yunusi.
What's El Yunusi done to merit a place in that team?
I just think he's a much better option than Taylor. I think he's a much better player. I think he's got a point to prove against Rangers. He's not faced Rangers yet. I think he gives us so much more going forward than Taylor.
I've yet to see
Taylor was the one player at the weekend that didn't massively impress me. I don't want to write him off. I wrote a thing on the website, and a lot of fans got back to me saying, "Don't write this guy off. He's still young." But for me, the fact he was the first sub Lennon took off against Livingston, we were 2-1 down, suggests to me Lennon's got question marks. I've just got a funny feeling that he'll go well. See, my other options that the more I think about it, the more I think he might is play Frimpong on the right and play Forrest on the left.
Well, I wouldn't play Frimpong. I wouldn't mind him coming on later on in the game, but I wouldn't start him. Reason I'm going for Taylor, I remember Bolly being absolute rotten before Ibrox in September, and he put in a decent performance there. Really stood up to it. So did Julian as well, who was making his derby debut. I wouldn't be surprised to see Taylor put in nothing spectacular, but just a decent performance. I can see him getting some space down the left, getting balls in for Edward and Griffiths. See, for me, just hasn't done enough at all. I think I can see your point. Like, he's clearly got class.
Tracks back as well.
He does track back. I think he's off I do think he's off a slow for a player that's meant to be joining in the attack a lot more. I don't think it's the right message. We're talking about the right message and how bad a message would be Griffiths if he missed out. I think it'd be the same to Taylor. He's done his grafting since the winter break, and I think he deserves a shot. So, yeah, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to go with Forrest and Taylor with the wing backs.
Fair enough. Brown, McGregor.
I've remembered to put McGregor into this one.
Glad.
For those that don't know, I forgot to put him in my team against Copenhagen, didn't I? But he's made this one, to be fair to him.
Ironically, barely played that night either.
I know.
So hopefully it turns out this time. Right. In behind the strikers, assuming Ncham's fit.
I'll be assuming Ncham's fit, right?
I think Lennon says that he'll be in training this week, so I think Ncham's an option.
Right, all right. Well, I'm going to say no to Ncham because I bet you he isn't fit. Right, just the way Brown probably wasn't fit when he returned as well.
That's a great point. So Christie,
I've put Tam Rogic in there behind the striker. You going for Christie?
I forgot all about Rogic. I'm going Christie though, yeah.
Still sticking with him?
I think his performance at Ibrox last time, it wasn't flashy, but he really put an effort in.
Well, I think we're starting to see some good signs for Rogic recently. I think he's clearly got the quick feet about him again. He's lasting generally how long he does in matches again, about an hour. Then you can maybe bring Christie on.
He enjoys an Ibrox goal as well.
He enjoys a game against Rangers.
Two I can remember.
If I'm seeing the ball fall to either Rogic or Christie around 18 yards out, I'm excited either way.
Aye, it's brilliant, isn't it?
But I would fancy Rogic just a wee bit more to get a good shot away and to test McGregor. But, it's just a toss of a coin for me. I mean, I could easily put Christie in there too. Christie has not performed too well in these games for me, though. I would love...
point to prove, though?
You could say... I mean,
after the penalty miss.
You could say that about a lot of players, but... Yeah, he probably would love to break his duck, but I'm just trying to go for the players who I think will perform best in the day, and I do think Rogic, he has a bit more power in him than Christie, I think. I think he can hold off players a wee bit better than Ryan. So, no, I'll go with Rogic in behind, aye.
I'm just loving the thought, just what these players are going to do to Rangers on Sunday. It's scary.
I'm imagining my head and all these.
On that subject, obviously, partnering Griffiths is going to be the main man himself.
Patrick Klimala. Of course, it's Odsonne Edouard and Griff, innit?
Barring any, training ground injury.
Well, actually, right, say there was, right, and you still had to go with it, and you still went with a 3-5-2, would you play Klimala or Bayo alongside Edouard, let's say?
I've not seen Klimala. His pace would make me pick him, but I'd rather El Yunusi or someone up top, to be honest.
Do you think so? Even though El Yunusi
rather than Bayo, I've kind of written those two off, to be honest. I've not written
You've
Klimala.
written Patrick Klimala off. God, you'll anger the comment section now. Aye.
I've not written Patrick Klimala off. All I'm saying is that at the moment, is he a Celtic starter? Nope. I am about as close to a Celtic starter as Patrick Klimala, and I am shit at football and very unfit as well.
You're ripping them apart here. Ridiculous stuff.
Right, the big moment. You know what's coming.
No, I don't.
Prediction.
All right, okay. Oh, I hate these predictions for derby games. Horrible thing to do. Right, no, what you going for first?
So you can copy me.
I'm playing it. Aye, exactly.
I think it'll be Rangers 0, Celtic 1.
We narrow 1-0. I can see that. No, I had one of them in a wee while. Have we a wee 1-0 at Ibrox? I'll go Rangers 1, Celtic 3.
Getting worried there with the first bit.
No, I think I do think they're capable of scoring. I think with the 3-5-2, you're still going to invite chances for them on the counter. Can see them nicking one, but I do think we have the firepower to score a few.
So there you go. 2 Celtic wins we're predicting. If you've got a thought below, got a comment below. If you think Celtic are going to do the business, no matter what your prediction is, if it's 4-0, 5-0, 5-1 to Celtic, of course, go for it. Don't bother if you're going to predict a Rangers win. The game kicks off at noon on Sunday, so it's a very early start. It's live on Sky Sports Main Event and Sky Sports Football as well, so plenty of places you can watch it. We're back tomorrow talking some Ibrox favourite memories. Until then, take care.